Hello everyone. So in today's video of chapter halogen derivatives, I'll be talking about some chemical properties of halogen derivatives. I'll be talking about laboratory test of haloalkanes, nucleophilic substitution reaction of haloalkanes, and mechanism of SN2. That means second order nucleophilic substitution. So let's start. Laboratory test of haloalkane. Haloalkanes are neutral type in aqueous medium. On warming with potassium hydroxide solution, halogen will be come into the solution as halide ion, that is X ion you are seeing in the equation, and when the solution will be treated with dilute nitric acid and silver nitrate solution, we will get to see silver halide precipitate, which confirm the presence of halogen atom in the organic compound whatever we have taken. If the precipitate is of white color, that means it is containing chlorine atom. When the precipitate is of light yellow color, it is bromine atom present in a compound. And if pale yellow or dark yellow color precipitate will be formed, that is of silver iodide, and it is confirming the presence of iodine in organic compound. Now, nucleophilic substitution reactions of haloalkanes. When a group bonded to carbon atom in a substrate is replaced by another group to get a product with no change in the state of hybridization of that carbon, that reaction would be called as substitution reaction, right? Now, the carbon and halogen bond in alkyl halide is polar covalent bond, that we know already. And here carbon used to acquire slight positive charge due to the polarity in bond. So we can say in between carbon and halogen atom, carbon is the electrophilic center. So if it is electrophilic center, that means it has a tendency to react with nucleophile, and alkyl halides react with a variety of nucleophiles to give you nucleophilic substitution reaction, which used to be denoted as SN. This is the SN sign which represent the nucleophilic substitution reaction. And the general equation which would be given for attacking nucleophile in the substrate, what will happen? This halogen atom will be replaced by this nucleophile and the new compound will be formed and halogen atom will be out as anion. When a substrate react fast, it is said it is reactive, and the reactivity of alkyl halides in nucleophilic substitution reaction used to depend on two things. One is the order of reactivity of alkyl halide and the presence of halogen atom in the alkyl halide. You are seeing the order of reactivity, and tertiary alkyl halide, which are 3 degree, is more reactive than secondary, and secondary are more reactive than primary. And if we talk about in terms of halogen atom present in a compound, so alkyl iodides are more reactive than alkyl bromides, and alkyl bromides are more reactive than alkyl chlorides. Now, some nucleophilic reactions. Let's see. The first reaction. When alkyl halide is treated with NaOH or KOH in aqueous solution, what will happen? This hydroxyl ion or this hydroxyl nucleophile will replace this X or halide ion and will give you alcohol, and NaX or KX would be formed. If we are treating this alkyl halide with sodium alkoxide, alright, and R dash would be ethyl, methyl, and so on. It could be anything. So what will happen? Sodium will take up this halogen atom and OR nucleophile would be bonded with this alkyl group to give you ether. Third reaction is when it is treated with silver carboxylate. This is the reaction by which we used to form esters. What will happen? This X would be replaced by RCOO nucleophile to give you ester, whereas silver halide precipitated out. Next reaction, if we are treating alkyl halide with alcoholic ammonia under pressure, it would be heated. Ammonia would be taken in excess. What will happen? NH2 group will be attached to alkyl group to give you amines, which are primary amines, and HX is a byproduct. Another reaction, when we need to convert alkyl halides into cyanide or nitrile, so what we need to do? We need to take alcoholic potassium cyanide solution, and this solution would be heated with alkyl halide to give you respective cyanide. And if we want isocyanide, then we would be treating any alkyl halide with silver cyanide. We will get isocyanides. Then the next is when alkyl halide is treated with potassium nitrite KNO2, then what will happen? Nitro group, that is NO2 group, would be replacing X and give you alkyl nitrite and potassium halide. And when silver nitrite is treated with alkyl halide, we will be getting nitroalkane and silver halide will be precipitated out. So these are the substitution reaction which you need to keep in your mind. Now we will talk about the mechanism of nucleophilic substitution reaction. In nucleophilic substitution reaction of alkyl halide, the halogen atoms get detached from carbon and a new bond is formed in between the electrophilic carbon and the nucleophile which attack to the substrate. So the covalently bonded halogen atom is converted into halide ion or X ion, and it means that the two electrons which used to form a bond between carbon and halogen will be taken up by the halogen atom with it and carried away. And this halogen atom of alkyl halide which is leaving the compound is called as leaving group, and the substrate undergoes two changes during nucleophilic substitution reaction or SN reaction. The original carbon and halogen bond will undergo hydrolysis and new bond is formed in between carbon and nucleophile using two electrons of the nucleophile which is coming to the substrate. These changes may occur in one step or in two steps. So the description regarding the sequence and the way in which these two changes takes place in nucleophilic substitution reaction, it is called mechanism of nucleophilic substitution reaction or SN reaction. Two mechanisms are observed in various SN reaction, and these are denoted by SN1 and SN2. Now we will talk about SN2 first. SN2 mechanism. The reaction between methyl bromide and hydroxide ion to give methanol follows second order kinetics. Means this reaction is one step reaction, and in this one step reaction what happened, the rate of reaction would be determined by both the reactants in the species in the reaction, that is methyl bromide concentration and the hydroxide ion which is acting as nucleophile, its concentration will affect the rate of reaction. That is why the reaction would be called as second order reaction, or it is following second order kinetics, and that is why this reaction is called as SN2 or substitution nucleophilic bimolecular. The rate of reaction is affected by the concentration of two reactants. Here it is methyl bromide and hydroxide ion, and this is why we are calling it as bimolecular and second order kinetics. In above reaction, two reactants you are seeing there are present and they are influencing the rate. This means that the reaction is going on in a slow speed, in a moderate speed. That is why the speed could be calculated. That means the two things in a reaction is happening simultaneously. And what two things are? The bond breaking in between the carbon and halogen atom, that means carbon and bromine, in between carbon and bromine in a compound methyl bromide, and bond formation in between carbon and hydroxide ion also. Bond formation and bond breaking, these two things are happening simultaneously. Now, what are the features of this nucleophilic substitution reaction, or SN2? If you are seeing here, it is a single step mechanism. Bond breaking and bond forming, both the things are happening simultaneously. And here, if you see, this is the substrate and this nucleophile is attacking from backside. The nucleophile attacks the carbon undergoing substitution reaction from the opposite side to that of leaving group. Who is leaving group? Br. And from backside this nucleophile is attacking to this carbon. Why? To avoid steric repulsion, which could happen if it is coming from front side. So this nucleophile and this hydroxide ion would have repulsion in between them. In the transition state, when it is attacking to it, what will happen? In transition state of nucleophile, the leaving group is bonded as well as the nucleophile is also bonded. And if you see here, OH group is bonded to carbon, which is represented by dotted lines, and carbon to bromine, it is also represented by dotted lines. Here in this condition, the carbon is pentacoordinate, having 3 sigma bonds with 3 hydrogen atoms, and they are in one plane with bond angle 120 degree with each other, and 2 partial covalent bond with 2 nucleophiles along the line perpendicular to this plane. Now, when SN2 reaction is brought about at the chiral atom, what did I say? When SN2 reaction is brought about at chiral atom, which is optically active substrate, the product would be having a opposite configuration compared to the substrate. In other words, you can say that in SN2 reaction, there would be inversion in configuration. We will see when the product is forming, there is an inversion in configuration, and this inversion would be called as Walden inversion. And this is happening due to the backside attack of nucleophile. So this is what the mechanism of SN2 and the salient features of SN2 mechanism. Thank you.